Good evening. I gather that means everyone had a good conference. Welcome to the 10th Annual Online News Association Awards Banquet. Thank you so much for coming. We were not sure how things were going to turn out this year because of the economy, but what is remarkable is that we have over 750 people attending this conference, meaning that we've sold out for the third straight year. Thank you so much for making that possible. Before we get started with the awards ceremony, we just want to say a few quick thanks. I'll ask you to hold your applause just for a moment because I want to ask many of the folks who made this possible to stand so we can show our appreciation. First, our partner in the awards, Rich Beckman and the University of Miami School of Communications. Thank you for holding your applause. Please stay, Rich. Please stay standing. Gary Kebbel and the Knight Foundation and Kate Marymount from the Gannett Foundation for their support of the awards. Gary and the Knight Foundation. Jose, all of you guys can stand. You guys are great with instructions, by the way. Okay, so some others I'm gonna ask to stand as well, and I don't want to keep you here too late, so that's the only reason I'm asking to hold the applause. Liz Lufkin and Catherine Fong, co-chairs of the conference. All right, just applaud. All right, come on. Josh Hash, program chair and next year's Lucky Conference chair. Keep standing, everyone. Please stay standing. Everyone who was involved in the conference committee, the student newsroom, and all of the volunteers who made this conference possible. Everyone, come on, stay standing. A super duper thanks for our executive director, Jane McDonnell, and our web editor, Sherry Scalco. They have done an unbelievable job, and it is very much appreciated, especially with some of the issues that we faced. Sherry, in particular, really jumped in and saved the day. Also, I wanted to just thank everyone who's been involved in O&A over the years. If I could just ask everyone who's been a volunteer at any point in time and a board member to just stand very briefly. Come on, get up. You guys need some exercise. Everybody. This organization was founded and has thrived and survived on the backs of all of your hard work and all of your hours spent volunteering, and it is very much appreciated. And on that note, we're going to start off the award ceremony with our first award of the evening. The award is an award that we first gave several years ago, and it's in the name of Rich Jaroslavsky, who was the founder and first president of the Online News Association. And the award is named after him and given for outstanding service to the Online News Association. So without further ado, Rich.
Thank you very much. I can't tell you what a joy it is to be here tonight celebrating ONA's 10th anniversary. Someone yesterday actually asked me what my original dreams were for this organization, sort of what my fantasies were back when we began it a decade ago. And you know what? This is it. Thank you. At one of the very first ONA board meetings, I remember saying, and I think this is actually in the official minutes of the meeting, that if everyone there would only put their faith in my organizational abilities, my wisdom, and my leadership, then we were all going to be in deep trouble. What I meant was that if ONA was going to become truly successful, it wasn't going to be on the efforts of any one person. It was going to take the combined and sustained efforts of all of us in that room and many more besides. All I can say is thank God they believed me. And the proof is in this room tonight. Look at all you have accomplished. It's my happy task this evening to recognize one of those ONA founders who has made tonight and this entire organization possible. For more than a decade now, Doug Fever has been a rock of this organization and of online journalism. After a long career in print, where he became known as one of the nation's foremost authorities on aviation and transportation issues, Doug became executive editor of WashingtonPost.com in 1998. Over the next 7 years, he built it into one of the most respected sites in online journalism. And at the same time he was building the Post into an OJA and EPI winner, he was also helping build ONA. I think we all figured out early on that Doug is one of those people you know you can count on to answer the call every time. Of course, we exploited this trait unmercifully. How badly did we take advantage of him? I'll tell you a true story. In the early days, Doug once made the mistake of offering to host an ONA board meeting at the Post.com's office. And when he was summoned out of our meeting for a few minutes to go deal with a newsroom emergency, we promptly repaid his hospitality by electing him an officer of ONA. Of course, Doug being Doug, he couldn't say no, and eventually rose to become the third president of ONA, a post he filled with distinction. But his service to the organization and to online journalism surely didn't end with his term as president, nor even with his 2005 retirement as executive editor of the Post.com. He continues to write a blog for the Post, which Jim Brady, his successor, tells me is highly amusing because Doug was a little skeptical about this blogging thing at the beginning. And not surprisingly, he continues to answer every call for help from ONA, including the most recently co-chairing our 10th anniversary observances. When we found out Oklahoma was playing tonight, we were briefly worried Doug might be otherwise engaged, but we are delighted that both Doug and his wife Judy are here with us. And the last time I checked, Doug, Miami was up by 1 point in the fourth quarter.
Final.
That's final? Oh. But in any event, for all he has done, for all he continues to do, please join me in congratulating Doug Fever as the recipient of the Rich Jaroslavsky Award for meritorious service to ONA and to online journalism. Doug.
Rich invited me to say a few words. So first I should say I'm very sorry Oklahoma lost tonight. Let's get the important thing out of the... I am deeply honored by this. The Online News Association has been very important to all of us in this community, I believe. I'm proud to have been a part of it, but it was Rich who put it together, and so to have an award that is in his name is a particular honor, and thank you very much.
And now I'm delighted to welcome you to the 10th Annual Online Journalism Awards Banquet. This is the opportunity for each of you to, for the next few minutes, ask yourselves, am I a winner? And as we all know, it's one of those things that gets sort of duller and more deadly as time goes on. As more and more statues are given out, by the end of the night everybody's a loser and there's a few guys who won. We hope we will make that better this time because this year we've decided that we need to have a few jokes as part of our awards ceremony. Before I do that, I'd like to introduce my colleague here, Rich Beckman of the University of Miami. We hope this will be the first of many years of collaboration with the University of Miami and Rich as part of our online journalism awards. So let's give a little round of applause to Miami for making all this happen. And before I get back to the jokes, I'd like to point out that we'd like to welcome our other partners to this occasion. We have the Knight Foundation, which has sponsored the Knight Public Service Award, and we thank them for that. It's a $5,000 prize over 4 years, and or each of the 4 years. And the Gannett Foundation, which this year is sponsoring 6 General Excellence Awards with $3,000 each in cash prizes. And we have the inaugural Gannett Foundation Award for Technical Innovation in the Service of Digital Journalism. That carries a $5,000 prize. So we thank Kate Marymount and the folks at the Gannett organization for doing that. Back to the jokes. So we figured, you know, this is an online conference, and there can't be a better way to do jokes than to have them crowdsourced. So we've decided this year the jokes for tonight are going to be crowdsourced. You've had to tweet them to @AJ Moore. We thank you very much for that. And please start tweeting them now, because otherwise it's going to be very deadly and, as I point out, very dull. Because I really am not a very funny guy unless I'm crowdsourced with all of that. So using the new technology, we hope to plow new ground tonight. Rich, I and the other producers, by the way, have a couple of logistical details we have to get into. First of all, there's projectors on either side of this. If you happen to be a winner and you stand up and you walk forward, will you walk to the inside of the projector? That way we won't see your long shadow over the projector as glorious music and words are spoken about you and your winning. And then once you have received your statue, you've had an opportunity to speak to the audience, and you've done the grip and grin photograph with our president, John Dube, we'd ask you to walk in this direction over here towards the doors, so towards your right. Rich.
Thanks.
I think I'm getting some tweets now, but
So,
let me look at them first.
First, I'd like to say how sorry I am that Oklahoma lost tonight. Canes out there. It's really important for everyone to realize that we have winners in each category, but we also have finalists in each category. And as one of the judges this year, I can assure you that to be a finalist is to be a winner. The work that we judged is incredible, and in order to become a finalist, you really had to have a high standard of work. So even though the finalists will not be coming forward, they'll be picking up their certificates later on. We want to give them applause, and we want to recognize their great work. So it's really important. So the procedure will be that we will go through each of the categories, and we will announce each of the finalists. We'll announce the winner, and you'll then have a chance to hear from the judges about why that was the winner. We have a lot of people here. We want to go through the folks who made these decisions and ask them if they're here to stand, although it's dark and you might not be able to see them, but we want to recognize them quickly.
That sounds like a joke.
Did you get a joke?
Okay, guys, listen, if you're just going to retweet the fact that we need jokes, that doesn't help. I just want to point that out, because I'm just going to be tap dancing in the dark here. Sorry, go ahead, Rich.
You didn't get a joke? Or?
No, I just got somebody saying Anthony Moore needs jokes. Yes, that part we figured out, okay?
Did
One of the problems of Twitter.
It said needs jokes or was a joke? What?
All I can tell you,
No?
I'm going to have to put this in buzz because otherwise Rich is going to keep telling me, oh, there must be a joke there.
Oh, all right. Well, just let me know when you get a joke in, because I'll
promise.
stop any time for one of your jokes. So,
Keeping it real, let's move along.
you know, we got 35 more pages to go. And that's without their comments. So.
They're all still in a good mood because nobody's lost yet, so let's get going.
All right. So, we've already introduced Jane and Sherry, but could you guys stand up? Because they're the ones who organize the judging and certainly the ones who help us through the partnership. All right, so I'm going to show you how this is done. So the line says, judges, please stand and wave if you're here. Okay? And here are the judges for the English language entries. Rich Beckman, Knight Chair of Visual Journalism.
All right, that's
University
the way to
of
do
Miami.
it. I like that.
Stand and wave. Alberto Cairo, Shoemaker Assistant Professor of Journalism, UNC Chapel Hill. Stephen Engelberg, Managing Editor. Steve's here somewhere, ProPublica. All right, well, stand in his place. I mean, you know, just say hi. You met Rich. You can stand again. Rich was a judge this year. Keith Jenkins, Supervising Senior Producer for Multimedia at NPR. Tom Kennedy, Multimedia Journalism Consultant. Tom was here earlier. He had to leave because he's attending Ben de la Cruz's wedding today. So Tom was here earlier. Solana Larson, Managing Editor of Global Voices. Suzanne Levinson, Director of Site Operations from Miami Herald. Michelle Nicolosi, Executive Producer, SeattlePI.com. Nobody's standing and waving.
None of the judges are actually here because they're afraid.
Yeah, Tenny Tautusian, Associate Editor of LATimes.com. Matt Thompson, I know you're here. Where's Matt?
Couldn't afford the banquet, I think.
Oh, really? Knight wouldn't pick it up? Oh, well. And Molly Wood, Executive Editor of CNETTV.com. Those are our judges. Let's give them a hand, even in absentia.
Very quickly, we had a separate set of judges for the non-English language awards. Rosenthal Aves, Professor and Knight Chair of Journalism at the University of Texas. Paul Brannon, who was Editor of Emerging Platforms at the BBC News. Katie King, who is a Creative and Development Editor at MSN UK and a board member. Eric Shearer, Director of Strategic Planning at Agence France Presse. And for the Technical Innovation Award, I led a panel, although I just sort of like made sure the phone call happened. I'm Anthony Moore with the Dallas Morning News, by the way. I should point that out. And if you don't like my jokes, I'm actually with the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Bob Greiner, Tools Editor at WashingtonPost.com. Danny Sanchez, who's a Journotech blogger at Journalistopia and online editor at Current.com. Steve Outing, News Technology Consultant, blogger, former E&P columnist. You all know who he is. And Margaret Rosas, founder and chief strategist of web development firm Quiddities Dev. She was a winner of the 2008 Knight News Challenge grant. She's a blogger at MediaShift Idea Lab. We've already mentioned Gary Kebbel, Kate Marymount from our other awards partners. And now it's time for us to begin with the awards. Rich.
Our first category, breaking news, medium-sized division. The finalists are Dallas Morning News, stadium collapses. KnoxNews.com for church shooting. LasVegasSun.com for snow. NewsOK.com for ice storm.
Rich, sorry to interrupt, but I've got my first joke here. Just want to check. Just got it on my iPhone.
These people are waiting for the winner.
It says, question. Oh, this is great. Question answer joke. How do you become a finalist for the OJAs? Answer, host the awards banquet.
And the winner is knoxnews.com.
We were particularly impressed by their ability to rally their troops. Pretty much everybody on the staff worked on this story, and they covered it tirelessly for several days and created a site that was full of information, was very deep in terms of covering the story, and was also organized and structured so that not only did the community have a chance to understand the story and the context of it unfolding, but it also now is a wonderful archive of the events.
And do we have a Knox News representative? Well, we accept the award on their behalf. Thank you very much. For Breaking News Large Sites, we have 3 finalists. First is the BBC for Mumbai attacks, Houston Chronicle and Chron.com for Hurricane Ike, the New York Times for plane crash on the Hudson, and the winner is BBC News.
The panel concluded that the BBC coverage of the Mumbai attacks was far and away the best example of strong breaking news coverage. Their site was constantly updated. They took advantage of social media like Twitter. They were able to very quickly get eyewitness reports and assemble a detailed map of where things were happening and how they were happening. Any reader coming to that site hour after hour, day after day was well served.
Come on up.
Well, thanks very much. This is a great honour. Thank you. The teams back in London will be absolutely delighted with this, and especially when we're in such noble company. Thank you very much.
Our next category is breaking news, small, and we have the following finalists: the Daily Historian for Gerhardt plane crash, the Desert Sun for Desert Hot Springs gang sweep, and PressConnects.com Press and Sun Bulletin massacre on Front Street. And the winner is PressConnects.com.
The winner in the breaking news category for small sites is PressConnects.com for its coverage of the tragic shooting at the American Civic Association in Binghamton, New York, that claimed 13 innocent lives. The judges found PressConnects.com's coverage to be fast, thorough, and comprehensive.
Unless you have been in Binghamton, New York, I think you would not have an idea of how much this means to a staff that really gets it. A lot of people who have gone through a lot of things over the years and have really made the transition from print to really being multimedia. And our online effort for this story was just absolutely great, with some help from also our papers in Rochester and Westchester. And this is just unbelievable. Thank you.
I'd like to add, this is the 6-month anniversary of that tragedy, and I'd like to remember 13 victims of that senseless shooting. Thank you.
We have a new award this year. It's called Community Collaboration. It honors outstanding journalism that was produced through strong interaction with the community being served. So the first honorees for this particular award are the Los Angeles Times, Mapping LA, the Miami Herald, Operation Pedro Pan Network, and Nextdoor Media, My Ballard. And the first winner in this category is My Ballard.
MyBallard.com is the definition of community collaboration. We chose the site because it was organic, almost indigenous. There were so many contributors to this site that the couple that manage it said they don't cover the town, they moderate the contributors.
Oh,
That's fine.
I don't follow direction well.
You should be on that mic because I'm trying to check to see if there's any jokes about that right here.
Okay. Well, we couldn't do this without Ballard, for sure. This is fantastic. I'd like to thank our site editors. We have Lori Wagner, John Schoonover, Dory Armstrong, Dale Steinke, Taya Chard, and my dear friend Heidi Eng.
Thank you. We're a husband and wife, by the way, and we both worked in television for a long time, and we created a site for our own neighborhood, and now there are 5 of these. And
Hey, honey, let's do something small. Yeah.
So now it's grown into a business, and Kate has quit her job and is working on it full time, and we're shocked. This is a tremendous honor, and I think for all the neighborhood news sites that are out there that are serving their neighborhoods, this is really, I think, a stamp of approval from a respected award, and we're really happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we got a joke here. This is to @SDKSDL. Those of you who know paid content know who that is. She's retweeting something from, I think it was Ryan Sholin. Hey, you know how journalists count? 1, 2, trend. Got to do better than that at AJMOOR.
All right, fortunately we have another category. Multimedia feature, large sites. The finalists are the Boston Globe and Boston.com for Ted Kennedy, the Los Angeles Times for Mexico Under Siege, the drug war at our doorstep, Washington Post Digital, Sacred Ground, the building of the Pentagon Memorial. And the winner is WashingtonPost.com.
In this package, you have information graphics, animated information graphics based on 3D tools and Flash. You have video storytelling, you have photojournalism, you have audio, you have interactive tools, you have participation tools. So it's a great, great, great package. It's a self-contained package that works really, really well. The judges really enjoyed the piece, and I did myself.
And I guess we will thank the Washington Post. Where are they? Here we go. Missed the beat there. Supposed to come up during the kudos.
This really belongs to the people that worked on this, Laura Cochran especially, Whitney Shefty. This was their project with a lot of great help from the people at WashingtonPost.com. They worked incredibly hard on this, and it was a really special thing that launched on the 1-year anniversary, or the 7-year anniversary, but it was in the opening of the Pentagon Memorial. So thank you guys for all your hard work on this.
So in the medium division, we have the Courier-Journal and CourierJournal.com. Tragedy on the Track. LasVegasSun.com. Quenching Las Vegas's Thirst. And the Oregonian and OregonLive.com. Pregnant with Cancer. Oh, there's one more. TampaBay.com. The Girl in the Window. The winner is the Las Vegas Sun.
This was a multimedia presentation that had layer upon layer of information that took a very vital, if not exciting topic and made it unbelievably compelling.
What, they didn't come out here? Rob's got a budget like you wouldn't believe. Where are his people? It's Rob Curley's shop. Rich, I'm checking tweets.
All right. Just interrupt at any time. Multimedia.
Not me, it's the crowd.
Good.
I'm just the medium.
I understand. Multimedia, small division. The finalists are the National Film Board of Canada for Waterlife, the Ottawa Citizen for the Karst Generation, and the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting for Women, Children, Crisis. The winner is the National Film Board of Canada.
every judge was impressed by the creativity, the depth, the ingenuity presented by this site, which focused on water issues and used some amazingly cutting-edge web technology to put it on screen, tell multiple stories, have multiple types of presentation, yet made it all feel as if it was connected in a whole. In general, I think we thought that this was one of the prime examples of the future potential for presenting complex issues in visually rich ways online.
Okay, this is from @JoeyJoe. What does a geek say at Halloween? Trick or tweet. Hey, it's not me. I'm just reading the thing, okay? Next, on to investigative journalism, in which the finalists were willing to take on all comers: real estate scandals, police investigations, global trade, and Guantanamo. In the small division, the finalists are the Center for Public Integrity, Tobacco Underground, the booming global trade in smuggled cigarettes, the Chauncey Bailey Project, Kelly Bennett and Will Carless, voiceofsandiego.org, A Staggering Swindle. And the winner is the Chauncey Bailey Project.
We felt that it was an amazing collaborative effort that drew together a whole bunch of news organizations that don't usually work together, and it did the exact job that investigative reporting is supposed to do. It discovered a wrong and it righted that wrong. It corrected an injustice. So we really felt that it was a job well done.
Come up. Everybody should come up, please. I don't want to waste time, but are you coming up? I can't see. Okay.
In the meantime, we're looking for some tweets.
You want to go ahead.
Please.
This is a tremendous honor, and it's bittersweet because it's a story about a journalist who was basically assassinated because he was a journalist. So it's fantastic to get recognition, but I think for all of us it's a complicated story. But it's also a story really that is a terrific story about journalism, because the rest of you should please be coming up here. This story was put together by a true collaboration that was based on a lot of different news organizations and people who came together to work on a story. It was not easy. It was extremely difficult. It involved professional journalists from the Bay Area News Group. It involved, I'm going to forget somebody and they're all going to get mad at me. It involved students from the University of California Graduate School of Journalism at Berkeley, from San Francisco State. It involved radio reporters from KQED. It involved journalists from New American Media. It was a pretty remarkable thing at a time when journalism has really been battered. So I'm sure I'm going to forget everybody, or a lot of people, but the genesis, special thanks really go to Sandy Close and Linda Jew and Dory Maynard, who knew Chauncey Bailey. And the Maynard Institute, actually, Chauncey was a graduate of that, a fellow. So just a few more words.
And as a passionate proponent of diversity, I just want to thank you, O&A, for recognizing that the murder of a black editor at a black newspaper in a city perceived to be black really does matter. And this project was a testament to diversity. Our lead reporting team, black, white, and a grandmother, sort of a modern-day mod squad, really showed what happens when people of diverse backgrounds work together. So thank you very much.
Let me say one more thing. And I just want to say one thing quickly. You know, the freedom of the press is a tradition we all believed on. Now it's freedom of all the media. And we're in a really incredible time of opportunity and change, and this type of journalism works in all platforms, so keep at it.
Did you notice she got more laughs than you did?
Hey, I'm just...
I know, you're just the messenger. Yeah. Our next category, investigative large. The finalists are Tom Lassiter and Matt Schofield from McClatchy for Guantanamo, Beyond the Law. Michael J. Behrens and Ken Armstrong, The Seattle Times, Culture of Resistance. And Washington Post Digital, Who Killed Chandra Levy. And the winner is the team from McClatchy. We don't have a video for this entry, but I want to read you some of the judges' comments. The piece examined the treatment of detainees in Guantanamo and found that the U.S. imprisoned innocent men, subjected them to abuse, stripped them of their legal rights, and allowed Islamic militants to turn the prison into a school for jihad. The judges said that there were some real gets here with dramatic on-the-record stuff that we now know is true. It shows you the main characters, gives you some sense of the chronology, and lets the reader see how they came to the conclusions that they did. A rich project and a hell of a job. One cannot write this story too often. Congratulations.
I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of Tom Lassiter, Matt Schofield, and the dozens of other McClatchy journalists who worked on this project. I'm proud to have been a part of it. Tom, Matt, and videographer Travis Haying traveled to 11 countries on 3 continents over 8 months, often in dangerous circumstances. They located 66 former detainees and persuaded them to talk. Then we used the power of the web to tell the story and to offer transparency. This is the kind of investigative journalism that few news organizations are willing to take anymore, particularly given the recent economic meltdown. McClatchy asked tough questions about an unpopular topic in a hostile political environment, and we experienced the predictable ad hominem attacks afterwards. One reader, after calling us traitors, said we should be waterboarded and then executed. I applaud the other finalists, the Seattle Times and the Washington Post, for the same commitment to digging deep. Their projects are great examples of the storytelling opportunities the web presents. We feel we're in fine company indeed tonight. Thank you.
Okay, I've got another one here. This is from @Suzanne Yada. How do you hide a $20 bill from a reporter? Put it in a... that's 140 characters. Sorry. Okay, the commentary category.
There's supposed to be jokes.
I'm just...
The messenger, yeah.
Rich.
All right.
Talk to Ev Williams,
All right,
160
go ahead.
characters. Might
Go
help.
ahead, go ahead.
The commentary category calls for work of fresh insight and explanation that is original to the web and told in a unique and powerful voice. The 3 finalists for the medium sites are What Would Bing Do? BNet. Christopher Buckley, The Daily Beast. The Daily Juggle, minmoms.com and St. Paul Pioneer Press and twincities.com. And the winner is Christopher Buckley and the Daily Beast.
Felt that aside from just great writing and a unique voice in this format, he also had one of the probably most important blog posts of 2008, which was his "Sorry Dad, I'm Voting for Obama" post, which really had a huge impact on the presidential election, and we liked it.
Hi. The Daily Beast celebrates its first birthday on Monday, and now we have something to celebrate. The consequence of Chris writing his "Sorry Dad, I'm Voting for Obama" piece was his next column, "Sorry Dad, I Got Sacked," after he lost his job at the National Review. So this prize will be especially meaningful to him because it's a consolation for that incident. So we're thrilled to be here, and I know Chris will be thrilled about the award.
Commentary, large. The finalists are Hero Complex, the Los Angeles Times, Mark Easton's UK, Mark Easton, BBC News, and Maz, Tony Maserati, the Boston Globe, boston.com. And the winner is Hero Complex, Los Angeles Times.
The judges felt that this entry had a really entertaining and authoritative voice that lends depth to popular culture in a way that doesn't often happen online. We really like the way that the blogger uses video and audio and engages with the audience. We thought it was really compelling and just a wonderful blog.
Thank you. Hardworking and innovative reporters like Jeff Boucher, whose labor of love is this blog and who recruited a team of his colleagues to help, are the real superheroes of our business, and we thank you for honoring their work.
I've got another one here. Put it in a copy of the AP Style book. We had so many entries last year when we inaugurated online video journalism.
When there's a joke, you can applaud, but
evidently there wasn't.
When, not now. When there's a joke, would be.
Okay, we had so many entries last year when we inaugurated the Online Video Journalism Award that this year we had to divide it into two categories. In the small division, the finalists are AARP Bulletin Today, Journey to Remember, AARP Bulletin Today, What Will Happen to Andy, Danny Wilcox Frazier, produced by MediaStorm, Driftless Stories from Iowa, and Hank Wilson, No Snitching, No Suspects. And the winner for online video journalism small division is Danny Wilcox Frazier and MediaStorm.
This was a stark and restrained look at a family in Iowa trying to hang on to their family farm. It is very powerful and very gripping.
And we take that award in their thanks.
Even after we divided this category in two, the large division still had more than 60 entries, one of our largest categories. The finalists are ESPN.com for YouTube Baby, Slate V, The Power Recap, Washington Post Digital, Fashion Week in New York City, and Washington Post Digital, Seeds of Peace. And the winner is Power Recap, Slate V.
Judges felt it was a witty, incisive, really entertaining look at the presidential campaign narrative, put together with a strong commentary voice, brilliantly edited, and was pitch perfect in tone.
Wow, what an honor. Thank you very much. This award really belongs to two producers who spent hours and hours putting this series together, Emily Calderon and Andy Bouvet. They are the kind of people who we'll be seeing a lot more of. They can do everything. They can shoot, they can edit, they can do graphics. The voice work was even done by one of them. Anyone who can only do one of those things should be very afraid. Thank you very much.
Okay, I got a special tweet here. Look, it says, Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. At Kanye. Video is but one of many technologies that we use. Our next award honors outstanding use of digital technology. Finalists among the large sites were MSNBC.com, Politics Dashboard, The New York Times, Interactive Graphics, and Wired.com, Global iPhone Study. And the winner is The New York Times.
We wanted to choose an entry that could give us a new idea for how an event might be covered or a story might be delivered. The New York Times presented us with an omnibus selection of infographics covering everything from the U.S. presidential election to 2008 to the death of Michael Jackson to the Summer Olympics. Package of infographics was filled with ideas, new ideas, things that we hadn't seen before for ways that you could use flash, slideshows, videos to deliver a story. And they did a spectacular, spectacular job.
Wow, I'd like to let him continue talking, actually. Boy, a lot of people deserve to be standing up here more than me. I'm kind of their boss, but they did the work. And I'll try to remember many names: Steve Duenas, Matt Erickson, Aaron Pilhofer, Andrew Delbegal, Tom Jackson, Gabe Dance, Elliot Malkin, a huge host of really, really smart people who do great graphics, great interactives, who know multimedia inside and out. I'm very blessed to have such a great team of rock stars. Thank you.
We have 3 finalists in the small division. They are Muckety, ProPublica.org for Change Tracker, and the Sacramento Press. The winner is Muckety.
Muckety.com is called the Exploring the Paths of Power of Influence, and it delivers exactly what it says. Basically, it's a news website, and for every story on that website, they generate a links map, a connections map. And the nice thing about it is that you can explore these maps completely freely. You can click twice on one of those items, and it will generate the links map of that particular item. So it's just an amazing use of digital technology. I think that it was on top of our list from the very beginning, and it won at the end.
Well, thank you. I don't have any problem asking people to come up to take credit because we're all here. After several years of putting this together, this is kind of our coming out. So thank you very much.
Next up is topical reporting, which honors the ongoing day-in, day-out journalism that's basic to reporting in any age and in any format. The small site finalists covered space, the Flame Trench, Florida Today, City Hall, Gotham Gazette, Searchlight on City Hall, Police Beat, the Vancouver Sun, Kim Boland's The Real Scoop. And the winner is the Flame Trench.
The judges felt that this winning entry did an excellent job of covering the Space Center and all the issues involved with the Space Center. The Space Center is merely a few blocks from the paper, and they cover it with a blog, excellent 3D graphics, visuals, videos, a variety of articles, and just a fully blown coverage of everything to do with the Space Center and all the activities and issues related to the Space Center.
Oh, hey, we've got another joke. Sorry, Rich, just trying to fill in here. Let's see. Should the obit section be changed to subscriber countdown? At JRUE from Overheard in the Newsroom.
That's nice. Let's move on to large sites now, before they go out of business. The finalists are the New York Times, The Lead, Iran, the New York Times, The Well blog, NPR.org for Planet Money, Wired.com for Danger Room. And the winner is NPR, Planet Money.
Planet Money stood out for us for a few reasons. First of all, it provided a distinct value to a community of readers at a time when clear explanatory reporting on the financial crisis was just vital. A lot of people were looking for this information, and the inaugural post that kicked off Planet Money, the giant pool of money episode of This American Life /NPR, was a feat of explanatory reporting. We thought that in terms of the value that it provided, it really stands out in an excellent field.
It's pure serendipity that I am here, having been invited by ONA to talk about economics coverage this year and to talk about Planet Money. The people who really deserve the credit are Laura Conaway, Adam Davidson, Alex Bloomberg, David Kestenbaum, Caitlin Kenny. They're the team behind Planet Money, and we're really grateful for this award. Thank you.
Okay, let's see here. Crowdsourcing the jokes, going to commercial. Let's see. What are a journalist's favorite beer? Free and Free Light. Moving right along. I'm not going to attribute that one. In the category of student journalism, we often find some of the best multimedia journalism in the entire universe. The category for large teams has 4 finalists. Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication for South Africa at the Crossroads of Hate and Hope. The University of Miami School of Communication, Special Olympics Live. New York City News Service and the City University of New York Graduate School of Journalism, Election 2008, A Date with History. And UNC, the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Andaman Rising. And the winner this year is the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Students went to Thailand 3.5 years after the tsunami. They were very good in choosing the medium for their story, video. They shot and edited the video very well, little or no intro, and they let the subjects tell the story themselves in their own language. They didn't try to express their own viewpoints. The judges also liked the design of the site. It was very visual and simple, kind of magazine-style navigation, very clean and consistent and easy to follow.
With a small team category, which is less than 5 students, there are 2 finalists. Joy Lewis from Western Kentucky University for Sister Wife, and Lisa Pickoff White, University of California, Berkeley, It Happens at Midnight. And the winner is Lisa Pickoff White. The judges felt that this site was very strong, that the design and content were perfectly matched, and that it was a very interesting topic area. The site explored visuals with audio, with interviews, with a variety of different features that really helped explain the phenomenon of midnight movies to the audience. The site was also extremely entertaining, design was playful, yet functional.
I'd like to thank my master's committee and the University of California, Berkeley, who just totally let me roll, whether it was like an FEC database that I wanted to put on the server and crunch, and we needed access, by the way, and we only have Macs, or it was filming throughout the United States from midnight to 4 a.m. for about a year. I'd like to thank Bill Gannon, Paul Grabowitz specifically, Jeremy Rood, Josh Williams, and Mimi Chakarova for all the help that they gave me. Thank you so, so much.
Next up is the Specialty Site Awards. Those are for those sites that focus on a particular topic, whether it's narrow or broad. And this year, the finalists in the small division run from all the things that you once were not supposed to talk about at dinner: religion, politics, and the environment. Design Observer, Forward.com, Forward. PolitiFact, the staff of the St. Petersburg Times, and Yale Environment 360. And the winner this year for Specialty Site is Yale Environment 360.
We thought that this was an amazing compendium of information about the environment, and it was also clearly dedicated to furthering the quality of debate. We also felt that the commenters on the site were obviously interested in a healthy and intelligent debate, which meant that the site was doing its job well.
And will accept the award on their behalf. I have a joke. Sorry, it just came in. What do you get? Oh, this is from Corey Hake. What do you get when you cross a journalist with the next generation internet? A robot. Sorry, it's just reading.
You guys still have editors at your paper?
This is the web. We don't really have editors.
I see. Well, we should move right along. In the large category, we have two finalists: factcheck.org, a project at the Annenberg Public Policy Center, and Military Times from Army Times Publishing Company. And the winner is Military Times.
This is skeptical, solid, critical journalism, and it serves the military well. The judges found that they liked the interactivity, the user forums. There was a lot of activity on those. They found that a database of medal winners was terrific and very easy to use. They felt that it was professional, focused in its niche, and it was a clear winner.
Thank you. We're quite honored. Really, it's quite simple. When your readership is made up of some of the finest Americans we have, and a reporting team dedicated to maintaining their independent voice, it makes my job of pushing that content online much, much easier. So thank you all.
I'm not Jose.
Nice
tweet. Yeah, you thought so, huh? We're going to announce the Knight Public Service Awards, and what we'll do is we'll first announce the finalists, we'll announce the winner, and then we'll have a few things to say about it. So, the finalists for the Knight Public Service Award are the Chauncey Bailey Project, Michael J. Behrens and Ken Armstrong; the Seattle Times, Culture of Resistance; Toronto Star, Crime and Punishment; and Wisconsin State Journal, Down to a Whisper, States Native Languages Threatened with a Loss. And the winner is the Chauncey Bailey Project.
This project continued the work of the slain journalist Chauncey Bailey, as well as investigated the factors that led to his death. And the judges felt that this was in the highest tradition of journalistic service to the community and journalistic service to the craft of journalism.
You've already seen why they're up here.
Lisa and Ryan and Carrie, please come up. And anybody else who worked on it is here.
This is your stage manager talking. We really do want everybody up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a problem. And while they're coming, while they're deciding to come, we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
So the Knight Public Service Award recognizes digital journalism that performs a public service through compelling coverage of a vital community issue or event. It engages the community by reporting, by its presentation, and its interactivity. It makes a difference. It moves citizens to improve the place in which they live. In 2008, the Chauncey Bailey Project and its partners, the Oakland Tribune, the Center for Investigative Reporting, the Maynard Institute, New American Media, and others, who relentlessly pursued and reported on evidence showing that the August 2007 assassination of Oakland Post editor Chauncey Bailey was a result of a conspiracy that the police did not pursue. By the end of the year, 3 investigations, all sparked by the Chauncey Bailey Project, were underway. The Alameda County District Attorney was independently investigating Bailey's killing, and both the Police Internal Affairs Division and the California Department of Justice were probing the conduct of the lead homicide detective on the Bailey case and his supervisor. Both were reassigned to patrol, and the lead detective has since been suspended. In January 2009, the FBI began a wide-ranging investigation of the Oakland Police Department based on reports from the Chauncey Bailey Project. The police chief resigned January 27th. 3 months later, a county grand jury indicted 2 more men for killing Chauncey Bailey in the death of Chauncey Bailey and 2 others as a result of the district attorney's independent investigation.
For a year and a half, the Chauncey Bailey Project published more than 100 articles, commentaries, and multimedia features on chaunceybaileyproject.org. Many of these stories, created in partnership with the Oakland Tribune, the Bay Area News Group, the Center for Public Integrity, and the Maynard Institute, and they appeared on websites of multiple news organizations. But most importantly, the Chauncey Bailey Project showed that in a time of crisis for American media, new collaborations supporting investigative reporting can still make a difference and remind why an independent and probing media press is crucial for a democracy here and anywhere in the world. The Chauncey Bailey Project has made a difference not only through journalism, but to journalism. That's the kind of innovative public service journalism that will help us survive and thrive in the digital age. We need to mention here that Knight Foundation was one of the funders of the Chauncey Bailey Project. But as Ruth wrote to us, the judges felt that that shouldn't knock it out of the running because there were other funders too. Knight Foundation did not participate in the judging, and the prize money goes to the project, not to the foundation. For their innovation, as well as their impact, we honor the Chauncey Bailey Project with the Knight Public Service Award, which also carries a prize of $5,000.
Lisa, if you came back, you should come up here, and I guess the others aren't here. But as I said earlier, this was tremendous collaboration, and now I can name names in a good way. Lisa Pickoff-White, who just won an award, was a grad student at Berkeley who was eminently and intricately involved with the creation of the website. Carrie Ching from CIR. Ryan Combs, another student. Harris Rashid from the Maynard Institute, many others. And really, this was based on incredible reporting. I have to mention the reporters. Tom Peel, Bob Butler, and Mary Fricker. 2 of those people volunteered to work on this. The Knight Foundation did support us. We received other money from other organizations, NABJ, IRE, Society for Professional Journalists. But it's a tremendous honor, and I think it's an example, again, of what we can do when we work together, and it's really the time to do that. So thank you very much. Thank you.
And now we will turn it over to Kate Marymount, representing the Gannett Foundation, to present an award for technical innovation in the service of digital journalism.
Those of you who were in the room this morning to hear Lisa Stone saw some statistics about the migration of people away from traditional media, both print and traditional web media. But at the same time, we have heard over the past few days that there's still very much an appetite for what we journalists do. We organize and analyze and verify information. So how do we bridge the gap between those two statements? We in the Gannett Company and the Gannett Foundation want to be partners in trying to answer those questions. There are about 30 of us from Gannett here because we're seeking answers and we want to support ONA. We also funded this new award because we know that we have to build technology bridges for the journalism of the future. So the finalists for the first Gannett Foundation Award for Technical Innovation in the Service of Digital Journalism are the Associated Press for AP Mobile, Attributor, the Medill School of Northwestern University for Newsmixer, and Publish 2. And the winner is Publish 2.
Publish 2, the judges found, effectively served its mission through the use of collaborative tools that allows journalists and teams of journalists to collectively filter and sort links from around the web. They found that the tools that Publish 2 uses preserves the link economy by allowing us to put links on sites that go off to the original source material. It serves as a unique way to have journalists filter the news, but also aggregate the news at the same time and preserve the original source information.
Well, I was going to tweet a joke to Anthony Moore, but I figured, well, what happens if we win? I don't want to give away my material. So, but as it turns out, I don't actually have a joke. And it turns out I actually could have tweeted that to Anthony Moore to actually fit well with the program. So we like to think of Publish 2 as a platform for what we call collaborative journalism. And so this, which is a great honor, really belongs to the collaborators, which are first the Publish 2 team. And we have Brian Sholin and Daniel Balkuber here. And those of you who know anyone on the Publish 2 team know what a tremendous team we have. And this has really been a true team effort. And this also belongs to all the journalists and news orgs who have used our platform to boldly experiment and expand what journalism can do on the web. And they are really the true innovators here. So this is for all of you. So thank you very much.
I just want to say thank you. Greg Lynch from the Publish 2 team here is also here doing the live streaming. And the 1-2 trend joke was not mine, but I'll take credit. Thanks.
Great work. This is the second year that the Gannett Foundation has also sponsored the General Excellence Awards. They carry a $3,000 prize for each of 6 categories. To announce the first 2, I'm turning over now to the growing international contingent of ONA, Katie King and Eric Scherer.
Hi, I'm Katie King. I'm chair of the International Committee of the Online News Association, and we are really proud of this award. This is the second year we're giving out this award for non-English language, and it really is a tribute to the efforts that we're making to become a truly global organization. We have now about 20% of our membership coming from outside of the United States, and here tonight at this conference we have about 70 digital journalists who traveled, all of you, who traveled far and wide outside the United States to get here. We were having a small competition to see who actually traveled the most hours, and the winner was a Brazilian journalist who traveled 25 hours to get here to San Francisco. He didn't swim to get here, but he did fly from Sao Paulo to Mexico City and then to Miami and then to San Francisco, but he got a really great deal on his flight. So thank you to all of you for coming. And so we'll get started with the small non-English language awards for general excellence, and my colleague Eric Scherer from AFP will announce those.
Thank you, Katie. So for the smaller site in non-English, the finalists are Radio Azatik from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty's Kazakh service from Kazakhstan, Il Centro, Quotidiano El Abruzzo, Italy, lainformacion.com, Spain. And the winner is Radio Azatik. The judges said good original journalism and tenacity of purpose marked out Radio Free Europe Kazakh service. And by the way, Radio Azatik, Azatiks mean liberty and freedom. Both were in evidence when Kazakh authorities tried to ban a book critical of the president, threatening to punish anyone who even touched it. Radio Azatik's local site stood in defense of citizens' right to seek and receive information and eventually force the authorities to back down. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's really honor and pleasure to be here and to receive such a prestigious award, especially when you just recall where we were 1.5 years ago. We were very good radio with a very limited access to our potential audience in semi-closed country. But 1.5 years ago, we decided to switch our main effort on online journalism. And, well, it paid off. It's not just about this award. I really represent here my huge team, over 50 journalists in Kazakhstan, 7 my colleagues in Prague in Kazakh service, and also we have colleagues here from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, because we are a huge family, and here we not just represent Kazakh service, but the whole corporation, because to a certain degree, everyone had its own effort in getting us up to here. So I'd like to thank my colleagues, as I said, back in Kazakhstan and in Prague. And the thing is that it's unbelievable, to be frankly, because we are sending that message to our part of the world, how we can serve our audience even in the very difficult circumstances. So I guess that's a message to our colleagues in our part of the world. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And now my colleague Katie King will present the large category for non-English sites.
All right, in the large site category, the finalists are Soitu.es from Spain, La Nacion.com from Argentina, and Rue89 from France. And the winner is Soitu.es from Spain. So last year we said Soitu would not remain a small site for long, and we were right. They won this award in the small site category last year, and this year they grew, and they've now won in the large site. And I'll just read to you while they're coming up here what the judges said about their work. An underlying philosophy of sharing, linking, and audience-focused engagement runs through Soi2's mix of original content and aggregated news and features material. Giveaway widgets, the ambitious Flash Info News Panel, and the eSelector crowd-aided aggregation tool all get front-page billing. But the site is more than just these elements. It's a work in progress where core ideas come through as confident innovation and mesh with traditional journalism to create a fresh and distinctive package. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Well, we didn't expect at all to win for the second year in a row. So, well, it's incredible for us. No, it has been a very tough year for us, for the media in Spain, and especially for Soi2, for sites that are not so big, and that the tsunami of the crisis, it's hitting very tough to all of us. No, but at the same time that we have been struggling to survive, to resist the company. At the same time, we have tried to innovate, to improve our quality, not to let the quality go down. So I would like to thank especially to guys like Maria, Álvaro, Mariluz, Almudena, Clemente, and these guys that have helped to do a product as good as possible. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're back, twittering furiously here. Let's see.
Anthony,
Yes.
I'm still waiting for a good joke.
Okay, here's one. At WP Laura Cochran, what do you get when you ask journalists to write funny jokes? Okay, all right, next one.
Still waiting.
I'm working on it here. Here's the next one. How many O&A jokes does it take to get a laugh from the audience? I don't know. I'll let you know when that happens. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, wait, here's a good one. At Cat Powers, what's black and white and red all over? The bottom line. Hey, Rich, over to you. Moving right along.
You know all those guest presenters?
Yes.
They're pretty good, weren't they?
Shall we bring them back up?
Well, you know, that next year they may have a bigger role in the...
Don't blame me. It's crowdsourced.
Crowdsource. All right, so we're back and we're going to deal with the rest of the General Excellence Awards. And our first category is for English Language General Excellence Awards, our medium sites. The finalists are The Daily Beast, LasVegasSun.com, NewsOK.com, and Spokesman.com. The winner is Las Vegas Sun.
Our choice for the winner was the Las Vegas Sun, which is just a wonderful local news site firing on every cylinder you can name. They've got fantastic multimedia, they've got great special projects, they've got some good commentary, some good voice from the community speaking on the site all over, and of course the journalism, the core of the site is fantastic. Some of the details, the meticulousness of what we saw in Las Vegas Sun really stuck out to us. The fact that when you click into an article page, you look at the related stories and they're actually related. That's something, the details in every portion of the site, no matter how small, be it the mobile site, be it their use of typography and color, all of these things combine to make the Las Vegas Sun a clear winner.
Rob's got enough of those. Maybe I can take that one home. Second, we'll take in the small sites, where the finalists are MediaStorm, PolitiFact, the staff of the St. Petersburg Times, ProPublica, and the winner, ProPublica.
This is a website that is doing astonishing journalism, and it's covering stories, a bunch of valuable stories from a number of dimensions. They've got strong infographics, they've got strong interactivity on their site, and they're explaining stories clearly, graphically, visually, in a way that people can really dig into. And they're pulling people into the reporting as well. And we really love the ethic of the site, the fact that they are releasing everything under a Creative Commons license, that this is clearly a site intended to make journalism spread and good journalism spread.
I volunteered to talk because I didn't think we'd win, but I'm easily the worst public speaker among us, and I'm the most nervous among us. So if I forget anybody, I'm sorry. I just want to thank everybody at the Online News Association. I want to thank everybody at ProPublica, all of the wonderful journalists who are here and who are back in New York, without whose remarkable journalism the site would be not much of anything. Krista Chelman, who's here with me, Eric Umansky, back in New York. Obviously, the great leadership of Paul Steiger.
Amanda Mickle,
who's somewhere. Mike Webb, who's here. Brian Boyer, of course, who everybody knows. But also the great leadership of Paul Steiger back in New York, and also of Steve Engelberg and Dick Toffel. Thank you very, very much.
Also in general excellence this year, we have a new category called microsites. We have 3 inaugural finalists. They are the Center for Public Integrity, the Gotham Gazette, and the St. Louis Beacon. And the winner is the Gotham Gazette.
The judges felt that the site was exemplary in its thoroughness, comprehensiveness, and the depth with which it explored the issues that are important to New Yorkers and New York, both in the city and at the state level as they affect the city. We were also very impressed with the quality of games and interactive features that the site offers, and felt overall it was a top-notch example of the trend towards hyper-local coverage.
Before we go on, a couple more. Let's see. Older reporter to younger reporter. Never answer your phone, only bad things can happen. I'm just reading the tweets.
Why?
Okay. Hey, an experiment. Next year we'll write them professionally.
Remember those guest presenters?
Let's get that guy from Kazakhstan and the French guy. Finally, 4 sites that made the finalists list in the large category. BBCnews.com, BBC News. NewYorkTimes.com, the New York Times. Wired.com. And WashingtonPost.com, Washington Post Digital. And this year, in the large category for general excellence, the winner is the New York Times.
It is a site that sets the standard which other sites try to meet. The judges credited its breadth of content, its depth, interactives, graphics, blogs, you name it. If it's being done today at a news site, the New York Times does it best.
Okay, I thanked a bunch of people earlier. Why don't you come up? Come on. All right. These are some of my colleagues, and there's some very great people. We work at a great news organization. You know, one of the people during one of the sessions that I attended was tweeting. It was actually the session that Aaron and Elliot were doing, and he was saying, you know, the New York Times has all kinds of people doing multimedia. I'm just my own person. And to that guy, whoever it was, you can do a lot just by yourself. And don't give up
trying to do stuff by yourself. I mean, a lot of the work that we do is the product of the minds of individuals like the people behind me, some people left at home. There are a few other people that I wanted to thank who aren't here. Ann Derry, who runs our video unit. I'm lucky to work for a couple of really committed people to the cause of digital journalism, John Landman and Bill Keller. I couldn't do what I do, though, without my partner in crime, Fiona Spruill, who's back in New York. But anyway, thank you very much. It's a real honor to have this. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank everybody for attending this year's ONA 09 Awards Banquet. I want to thank you for helping me bomb as one of the presenters. And I also want to thank Rich Beckman, who really is a great, I should say, as they said, partner in crime. The School of Communication at the University of Miami hosted and judged the awards with us this year. I want to thank the Knight Center for International Media for producing those great award videos. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you all next year in Washington, D.C.
Oh, I've got one more here. Wait.
Oh, no.
TV photographer to TV reporter. Just saw a shot of you looking at a dead body. Reporter? Oh, what was I wearing?